4 minutes until showtime.
All right. Cool.
3 minutes until showtime.
Yep. Huh.
Two minutes until showtime.
Oh, what's going on, everybody?
One minute until showtime.
Okay. Sure, the volume is there. There, okay.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Betting Window on the Nerdport Network. I'm your host, Stephen Ronnie, and with me, as always, is absolutely nobody. It is a Han Solo show tonight. Maybe Christian will be joining us. Ryan, probably not, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a full 2.5 hour stream by myself. We'll see how it goes. But with that being said, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Betting Window, live on the Nerdport Network, on Twitch, on Twitter, and on YouTube. If you're new to the show, welcome. This is a sports news / betting podcast where we dive into the good, the bad, and the what the fuck was that in the wide world of sports and sports betting. Let's face it, it's June. It's a slow news week. There's going to be a lot of talking. We're going to dive back into NCAA football, maybe some CFL if we got nothing else going on, because actually tomorrow does the season begin tomorrow? Yes! Interesting. With that being said, now that I know that, guess what? We got some picks to make for tonight. Because God forbid, who gives a shit about the the UFL? Oh, really? You're going to do... Oh, no. All right. But let's dive into the Major League Baseball. And the big news for this week is the fact that Garrett Cole made his first warm-up start in Somerset. Went 3 2/3, or went 3 1/3. No hit ball. I think he was something like 6 strikeouts, no hit ball in Somerset AA. What do you do with him? I mean, obviously, he's going to come in and he's going... Sorry. When Cole comes in, who are you going to take out of the rotation? Because, actually, that's a good question. Right now, I don't see anybody that you would want to take out. I mean, you're not taking Gil out. Or Gil. Gil. Wow. 2 more rehab starts. Okay. That, according to the Yankees, it looks like 2 more rehab starts for Garrett Cole. So, depending on if he's going to stay in Somerset or if he's going to go to, what's it called? Luis Guy, sorry. What is it? They're not going to send Cole down to AAA, so you're going to get 2 more starts in AA with him for the most part, and then he's going to probably be back before the All-Star break. I mean, who do you throw him in? You throw him in with Clark... You put him in where Clark Schmidt was, because now he's on the 15, possibly going on the 15-day DL, so what do you do? I mean, it's probably the better spot for him, in all honesty. I mean, this is a good problem to have. You got a dude that's going to most likely win Rookie of the Year. He's fighting for Cy Young. And he's, like I said, he's a rookie. Let me see. Did they put him up? Cy Young, he's nowhere to be found. He is the favorite right now at plus 110 to win AL Rookie of the Year. I mean, he keeps this up, he will win it. I don't know. Oh, overall, I think it is a very good problem to have. Hold on 1 minute. All right. Right now, hopefully Christian will jump on so I can speak to him about his beloved Yankees. But until then, we'll start looking back into some of the other news that's across the Major League Baseball circuit. Paul Skeens will be facing Ohtani. Today. Oh, actually, he did it today. Where is it? So it's 1-1. Skeens has struck him out once, and Ohtani had a 2-run bomb off of him. I mean, listen, Paul Skeens right now is 2-1 to win NL Rookie of the Year. I think that is the best news going for the Pirates right now. Other than the bad news that's been going on with the Pirates, I mean, there's nothing else you could really say about getting a lifetime ban for betting on your team when you were on the injured list. And I'm not even going to pronounce his name. Marciano or Marcano, lifetime ban for betting when he was, now that he's on the Padres, but when he was a Pirate, and reliever Michael Kelly, and then 3 other major leaguers from the Padres, Phillies, and Diamondbacks got handed down 1-year suspension for gambling. So, this is an interesting concept when it comes to this. When it comes to gambling, clearly you understand that one person is not going to be obviously guilty of this. He's an idiot. He bet on baseball. He bet on his team to win, yes. But you are a major league player. You can't bet on teams, let alone betting on a bookie. Like betting on DraftKings or something like that. Because, let's face it, it's a bookie. Like, they're gonna, they have to follow everything that you do. It's not like handing the money to somebody else that's in your family and having them put the bets on, which is still wrong. But he's suspended for life. He's out of Major League Baseball. And can't say I feel sorry for him. Be very good, because this is what he's going to be saying.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
Yep. Can I take your order? Would you like fries with that?
Dummy! Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, Lord. I don't know where else to go with this. I mean, the dude getting a lifetime ban. Congratulations. There was not a lot of news today. Or this week, I should say. I mean, in every other sport. Like, NBA, we're getting the Mavericks versus Boston. Honest to God, does anybody really care? It's like it. I just don't. Who cares? It's not a good story. Boston wins. Congratulations, you won. They've won the most out of anybody. Dallas wins. Luka gets his first chip. Great. But it's the best regular team versus in Major League Baseball or Major League in NBA in basketball versus the best player in the league right now in the series. It goes double with what the NHL is bringing in when it comes to the Oilers and and the Panthers. The Panthers are the best team overall. But yet, when we look at it, Connor McDavid is the best player in this series, and
Canadians are weird.
It's Edmonton. The fact that travel is going to be 2 days and breaks, and the game's not going to be over until the Stanley Cup Finals is not going to be over until, the season begins again. I don't. These might be the most boring playoffs, the finals that we're getting in general. I would like to hear from the audience if they have any questions. If you do, please feel free to shoot a message in Twitter at the Nerdport or under the Twitch, YouTube, all that fun stuff. Oh, boy. Where to? Okay. All right. Interesting. So, college football has officially announced okay. So, college football has officially announced how they're doing the playoffs. What's it called? The playoffs for college football. How they're doing the college football playoff for 2024-2025. So this season. Playoff first round, is going to be held on the home fields Friday, December 20th at 8 p.m. and Saturday, December 21st on noon, 4 and 8 o'clock. Now, these are the games that are going to be held at the home team's field. So, if it's from 5, 6, 7, and 8, we'll take on 9, 10, 11, all the other ones. So, it's that. Well, the first top 4 have a bye. Then we're getting New Year's Eve is going to be the Fiesta Bowl at 7:30. New Year's Day will be the Peach, Rose, and Sugar Bowl. Which, fine. I have to look. That's interesting. Then it's the semifinals, so the Final Four is going to be January 9th, which is the Orange Bowl, and January 10th, the Cotton Bowl. And then the national title game will be held 10 days later, which, why? I get it, because it's a Monday. In Atlanta, January 20th. So the season is ending on January 20th. Games will be between TNT and ESPN. I'm kind of okay with this. I don't see the downside. I mean, okay, so the downside might actually be the fact that we're getting baseball until, what's it called? We're getting, oh shit, we're getting, the season ending in a month. Like, the playoffs are starting. Actually, that's exactly what it is. The playoffs go for a month. They start December 20th and they go all the way to January 20th. I don't know. That sounds... That is a little bit... I don't know. That hurts. That's hurtful. I want to see something. So if we go by last year's rankings, I can't do the final rankings. I gotta do week 15. Because it wouldn't count. Okay. So... at-large bid was Liberty. All right, so it's 12? 12-team playoff, right? Yeah. So the 12 seed would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So Liberty would be the 12 seed. So, all right. So your first four was Michigan, Washington, Texas, Bama. Then was FSU, UGA, OSU, Oregon, Mizzou, Penn State, Ole Miss. Okay. So the question here would have been Liberty would have gotten it no matter what. I think even with Notre Dame being 9-3, Liberty, even though they were 23rd, would have been the team because they were 13-0. Yeah, that's fair. So, all right. So, they would have had that bye. So then FSU. Or, sorry, it would have been Liberty, FSU. Uh, Ole Miss versus Georgia. Uh, shit. Penn State versus OSU. And Oregon versus Mizzou. So, all right. And then the winner would have taken on the 4 seed. Oh, no. Oh, no, it wouldn't have been the 4 seed. It would have been the 1 seed. Then the, 2 seed. Texas. And then Bama. Okay, so this is interesting. So Liberty would have taken on FSU. This would have been a wash. FSU would have wiped the floor with them, so they would have moved on. That would have probably been a 40-point win. Ole Miss, Georgia, Uga would have rolled. I think the fact that would have been in Atlanta, in Athens, between the hedges, even if it's an SEC game, Georgia would have probably taken care of business. Penn State versus Ohio State. In the horseshoe, I would give Ohio State the edge by a field goal. That would be a 3-point game there. And then Oregon, Missouri, I think would have been your upset where even though this is in Oregon, I don't think they would not have gotten up for this game, so then you would have had Mizzou. So then your New Year's 6 games would have been Michigan, Florida State, Washington, Washington, Georgia, Texas, OSU, Bama, Mizzou. One of these things doesn't belong here. Interesting. Very interesting. Would any of these games cause upsets? Because then you would have had... So I would have had this game at, an injury to Florida State going into Michigan. Michigan probably would have won that. I would have taken Michigan to win. Bama Mizzou is interesting. I think Bama coming off of the SEC title win, going in, trying to beat Oregon, having the bye, going into, and Mizzou just coming into Oregon. I think Bama would have taken it. I do not think Washington would beat Georgia. I would take Georgia. It's a neutral site. Georgia travels. Washington, I don't think would have beaten Georgia. And I don't think Texas would have stood up to Ohio State. I think Ohio State, as much as they are a joke, let's face it, that last year they were not that good. I think they could have came out and punched Texas right in the mouth. So then, other than the semifinals that we had last year, Michigan and Bama, you would get probably the same result. So Michigan. You would have gotten Georgia, Oklahoma State, and you would have had Georgia. Now, the question is what do you rate this game? I don't think Michigan wins the world title or the national the Natty if we had this format. I think Georgia would have repeated if we had this, if we did this again. But again, we did not. So going into it would be very interesting. Now, would you rate the first game differently if Notre Dame's in there? No, I'm going to stop that right there. It's something to think about, people. Would Florida State make it out of the first round if Notre Dame was still there? I don't think they would have. I really don't. I think that game would have been a lot closer than people would have thought. Because, yeah. Because, I mean, if this is, we're going to get, yeah. I mean, it's a very interesting thing. Because I think going into the fact that we're going to start seeing all these games going bigger and bigger and more out there is nothing but a good thing. Like, oh God. Among first year, okay, Saban Myers, first ballot Hall of Famers, yes. I really don't know what else there is to talk about. I mean, other things that I can give you right now is we're getting. So I'm just making this a short show. There's not a lot of news. There really isn't. I mean, the one thing I can do is give. We have Canadian football for next week, tomorrow. And, well, we can go through this right now. So, all right. So, if anyone does not know what Canadian football is, so for people that don't know, the CFL is right around the corner. It actually starts this time tomorrow. Brand new season. Football officially begins. But wait, the UFL. No one gives a shit about the UFL. The UFL is not a football league. UFL is a joke. Sorry, Dwayne, but it's the biggest load of horse shit. Hold on. It's this.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
Yeah, it's not good. It needs to turn around and find something else. Honestly, the Canadian Football League is a shit ton better when it comes to that. It's 3 downs. Yes, there's more scoring. But I think, too, opening beginning of the year, you're going to start seeing a whole lot more scores and less defense. And you start seeing a lot of overs. Starting tomorrow, the opener is the Alouettes, Montreal Alouettes, taking on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. The Blue Bombers are the favorite to win the Grey Cup, their version of the Super Bowl. Their Super Bowl. Granted, it takes them till December, when it starts in July, to figure this out. I'm hammering the over. The problem is with the rules of Canadian football, the spread is never a good thing. I would rather take the money lines in this, but sometimes the money lines are a little bit more skewed. So, like, Winnipeg is a minus 355 to win the game. Just to win. That's way too much. The over is 48. The spread's 7.5. No. Because it needs to be, first off, if you're going to do it, you take Montreal with the points. You don't take Winnipeg with this. But you take the over. The over is the way to go for this. You take the over. Winnipeg wins, but you take the over. The Ticats take on the Calgary Stampeders. It's a 1-point spread. It's pretty much a pick 'em. Give me the Ticats minus 120, over under 45. Their defense is good. Their defense is going to score a whole lot more. Give me the over at 45. The Rough Riders take on the Elks. Again, 1-point spread. Give me the Elks at home. And again, give me the over. Now, this one's interesting. And this one you take the under. The BC Lions take on the Toronto Argonauts. Bo Levi Mitchell is the Argonauts' quarterback after their quarterback got suspended. Go look at that. Go look up that article when you get a chance. That's a freaking crazy one. The spread's minus 5.5. Do not take the spread. Hammer the under in this because Toronto is not going to score. BC wins under 47.5. There's no other news. And I got nothing going on. This is a little short show. I got nothing else going on. We'll talk more college football. Honestly, in 2 weeks, I dive into college football. I just want to get into this because once the football season begins, this is when we really go. I'm very excited. But until then, always follow us on all social media under the Nerd Report Network. Please follow, and subscribe on all our social medias. All the stuff is down below. All our bets come from Caesar Sportsbooks. If you want a referral code, there is a link in our profile on Twitch. Deposit some money and you get what's it called? Deposit money. Get 500 reward credits or 5,000 reward credits, which is $50 back in sports betting or casino betting. But until then, reminder that Bobby Mooney is getting paid. Shohei Ohtani's getting paid. And always remember, there is always a teachable moment. And if you don't believe me, well then shit. That's just a fact of life. Yeah.
Thank you for using